Breaking news, we're back. ETH is gigapumping, the dinosaur banks are dying. Honestly, we're ahead of schedule with everything right now. I even had sex on the first date this past weekend. Why not fire up another blue chip NFT video? We're talking KillaBears, we're talking OnChain Monkey, we're talking OmniForce. 3 projects, and if you like and comment on this video right now, I got some whitelist spots to give out for Play Wildcard. Yeah. This is Paradigm's new game. Paradigm, you know, the ones who did Blur, are doing a game now, and you can win whitelist spots. Comment, like, let's get in that video right now, let's go. Okay, we're talking blue chips today, so I'm with the co-founder of KillaBears. So KillaBears almost breaking a 4 ETH floor. The KillaBears, it's like a train that won't stop. Why is the KillaBears IP such a strong IP in Web3?
For one, we're using the IP and we're putting the IP in our holders' hands to keep amplifying the message and share the work that we're doing. But I think what we know is that people like the bears. You know, I think that's kind of what it comes down to. We're not the type of team to just kind of mint and say to the community, you own it, do whatever you want, and let's pump your own bags. Obviously, they own their IP, but we're working really hard to deliver a lot of content, a lot of storyline, and help make that IP worth much more and make it more recognizable. You know, we were a free mint as the bear market was beginning, and I think we've worked relentlessly through the bear market and never made an excuse, and the community has been rewarded for their loyalty and their patience and all that. And you know, the community is loud and proud, and yeah, I mean, so I think those are some of the contributing factors to why the train is going as it is.
And you're actually using the IP, like you said. Speaking of that, the Killa Chronicles, I think you guys are up to volume 3 or volume 4 now. There's a burn mechanism involved with the Killa Chronicles. Explain what that is and why the community's responded to it so positively.
Sure. So that was an open edition. We were the first NFT collection to use, you know, that whole meta. Obviously, it was really popular with artists. We saw it. I was personally buying Manifold, some different pieces, but we were, you know, we're trying to be innovative and trying to push the boundaries. So we saw that and we said, it's interesting, but is there a way that we can use this and make it feel light version of what the Killaverse is, which is our core ecosystem? Obviously, we have a small collection, a big ecosystem, so we don't have a ton of holders. So it was an opportunity to celebrate Memo, our artist, our illustrator, but also be on the trend of open editions and make our community much larger. Yeah, you hit it on the head. We're up to volume 3 now, which is, you know, we've had 2 burns, and through storytelling and immersive web experiences, we're getting all of these new people kind of trained up on how to be, you know, participants in the Killaverse.
I think, you know, we're talking blue chips of 2023, some of the better projects for the long run here. So you guys are using the IP like we talked about, but you're also giving back to the community. I mean, I have so many NFTs in my wallet that, you know, I like looking at, and I'm glad to be a part of the community, but how much does the project actually give back? And you guys have Killa prizes constantly giving back to the community. Talk a little bit about the Killa prizes and how much the community just love that.
Who doesn't love a giveaway, especially when you're giving away, like, I think the USD value of that vault was like nearly $100,000. It was significant. You know, we did a big sweep and we just gave it all away. But I think the reality is we've given a lot more away in the form of airdrops and things that you get as a holder. But it's fun. I mean, it's one thing to be community focused and say you're community focused, and to say you drive value back to holders. These are really easy things to say that a lot of founders are saying. Talk is not only cheap, it's worthless. So how can you actually show it, right? So we show it with really thoughtful airdrops and an ecosystem that keeps developing, but with meaning and value, and the economics are completely thought out. The cherry on top are these giveaways where we'll do a sweep, and just for participating in a burn, you have a chance to win something that's worth, you know, about 4 ETH, you know, which is our floor.
So we talked about those 2 things. The third thing that makes me bullish on KillaBears in 2023 is you guys have stuff that, you know, holders and non-holders can look forward to. You're constantly teasing new shit. So we've heard, you know, April 1st being teased out as a date to know. New York City potentially, being a destination for holders to come hang out with. What are you looking forward to? What's some alpha you can give out for what's to come in 2023?
Well, one is obviously is KillaCubs related. That you can see that on the embryo, the Cubrio, on that Dr. FOMO has in front of him in that tease. And then NFT NYC, they changed dates this year, and it's actually our 1-year anniversary, the date of our event. You can call it that. So we don't really give alpha and have leaks. We kind of like to let it all play out with content. So I'll just confirm that those are the 1st of April and the 13th are definitely significant dates, and we have a lot planned, and there's going to be some surprises for sure, and it's going to be really fun.
A lot to look forward to. Thanks to my guy Ben for jumping on the YouTube today. KillaBears, definitely one to watch out for in 2023. Okay, I'm with Amanda Terry, co-founder of OnChain Monkey. People love the monkeys, that's an understatement, but I saw somebody recently bought a Grail OCM for 10 ETH. Talk a little bit about why people love OnChain Monkey so much. Why is the conviction there?
I'm honored to be part of your show today. OnChain Monkey, as you know, was a free mint. We launched in September 2021, and we were the first 10,000 profile pic collection all on chain in a single Ethereum transaction. So that was a historic first. I think one thing is people always like things that are new, right, and novel. I'd say two is just we're super innovative. For our holders, if they connect their wallet to onchainmonkey.com, they can earn a banana token, which is a fungible token. And if they're active on Twitter or Discord, they earn this, banana token that they use to do everything from play poker to buy merch to, we transact for NFTs to attend IRL events. So, we're very innovative, very fun. And for anyone who's joined us, recently or even back in the early days, we've created a ton of wealth for our community. So, we did the Genesis Mint, and then we did a desserts drop. So we dropped 10,000 desserts to all of our Genesis holders. Some of those were sold for upwards of the rare ones up to like $200,000. So you could have, came in on the Genesis Mint, been dropped one of the rare K3s and gotten $200,000 worth of value. And then, we did our public mint in June of the Karma Monkeys. And that was actually done over the course of 9 months by the Hollywood animation team behind Rio, Ice Age, and Ferdinand. So just incredible art. Obviously, the first two collections were completely on chain. The Karma collection, the metadata is on chain, but the art is not on chain because it's very, very detailed.
And being at the forefront of, you guys really early for a free mint. That was before, the whole free mint wave. Now you guys were actually the first 10K collection to have one of your NFTs inscribed on Bitcoin. Talk a little bit about the ordinals drop you guys are going to be doing.
Yeah, very exciting. This goes back to, my co-founder, two co-founders, but Danny Yang has a PhD in computer science from Stanford. He founded the Stanford Bitcoin Meetup in 2013, and he founded a company that government agencies like the FBI, et cetera, used for blockchain analytics. He sold that in 2018. But my point is he's extremely technical. And so not only did he do, the first 10,000 PFP on chain in a single transaction, but he was able, when he saw the ordinals kind of protocol get going, to actually launch all of our 10,000 Genesis collection, because they're on chain, into a single inscription. So in a very efficient manner, everyone who has the Ethereum version of their on-chain monkey will also get a Bitcoin version of that monkey. And so that's why—
When does that happen? When?
So right now the tools are still being developed to make that happen in a really kind of safe way. I don't think it's fully ready for that to happen quite yet, but once it's easy for those transactions to take place, then we'll launch it. But the point is that the inscription is done. It was done, in a single ordinal. So, for any Bitcoin maxis who are not clogging up the Bitcoin network, a very efficient use of the Bitcoin network. And what's really exciting is we really see this as a way of bringing other generative art collections and other on-chain collections to Bitcoin. And, Bitcoin is one of the most secure protocols from a liquidity standpoint. It's twice that of Ethereum. So we're really excited about bringing a lot of high value items to the Bitcoin network.
Let me put my hand up. I don't know enough about OnChain Monkey, but I see people getting a lot of cool rewards, putting their monkeys on quests to get different items. How does this all work?
Yes. So we have, what we call the Monkeyverse. And if you join OnChain Monkey, it's really your passport to a wealthy digital nation in Web3. And when I say wealth, it's just obviously financial reasons. People want to invest in NFTs for financial reasons, but it can also be health. So we have a group called Monkey Misfits, which was actually funded through our DAO. It's a bunch of people that work out every day and they keep each other accountable on Twitter and Discord. And they again, incentivize each other with these banana tokens and some NFTs as well, if you keep working out. And we have people that are really into social impact and want to make a difference. And so, we've put, 50% of our public mint from Karma revenues and, some of our secondary trading revenues into our DAO, which is funded with about 2,000 ETH. We just finished the first season and we're in second season right now, which is, creating goods and services that are redeemable for bananas. So we're creating more utility for a banana token, which is currently off chain, but will be on chain at some point, think like ApeCoin. And, when you join OnChain Monkey, you want to definitely, connect your Discord and Twitter so you can start earning bananas. So that's the first part of it. But then you can also send your monkey on missions. And missions are basically staking. So kind of like think move birds, where, if you hold your NFT, you delist it, it's not for sale for a certain period of time, you get reward boxes. And those reward boxes can have parts in them, which will become bots, which we haven't quite announced what the utility of the bots are, but you can either get bot parts or a number of people, it's all randomized, but can get actually Karma or Genesis monkeys. And so people are actually getting, NFTs dropped to them just for staking their NFTs. So far the missions today have all been around staking. But, the plan in the future is, this framework could be used for offline activities too. Let's say you want to send people to go to a certain event or something. The mission could be to go to that event and then they earn fungible and non-fungible tokens. So it's really our way of incentivizing people to take actions, be it online, marketing, tweeting, being active in our Discord, or going IRL someplace and being motivated through our banana token and through our NFTs.
Clear to see why OnChain Monkey is a blue chip NFT in my opinion, because they're willing to give back to their community. I'm with Star Lordy, the CEO of OmniForce. How did you guys turn this whole thing around? Because you've quickly gone from a project people were worried about to blue chip status?
I think we always had like that OG blue chip status. We just didn't have the OG blue chip floor price. And so I think like after having exited the founders completely, which is something that, the community did want, obviously we retained I Am Complex, the artist, but, everybody fully exited first. And then bringing in new ownership, which is extremely experienced and really, really knowledgeable and very valuable team. I think that gives a lot of confidence to people looking at the project, and still prefer to take a humble route because I feel like, when we compare ourselves to other projects, blue chip projects currently, clearly we have a lot of work to do. So, but I think the way we did it was honestly, I like to say it was like a year of hard work to become an overnight success, because all of, 2022, we were grinding really hard. Nobody was paying attention to us. People were still fudding us. But if you're in the community, you knew that we were like working hard to like turn things around. And that really just came from like transparency and communication and, delivering on the things that we did say that we were going to do.
How has the new ownership tangibly affected consumer confidence?
Ownership, for people who are watching that might not know, we have a new ownership group, which is led by a venture firm called OFR, Old Fashioned Research, which is headed by the ex-CFO of Binance. His name is Wei Zhu, and his team from Binance Labs. They're responsible for many successful products for Binance, and have generated probably, I don't know how many billions of dollars for Binance. And also Wei himself is CFO of two publicly traded companies. We also have like Gultra, who is COO of Yield Field Games, which is the biggest gaming guild in Web3. Also came from Binance too. Very, very experienced, very good people. They very much care about the art and the storytelling, which is really great. And I think anybody that does a little bit of research into the team has at least enough understanding of what it takes to build that portfolio to like have some confidence in the project.
So I think one thing that has changed since you guys launched in 2021 is the paring down of a project's focus. At first, everyone wanted to do a game, everyone wanted to do a metaverse, merch, all these different things. Now we wanted to stick to being good at a few things, or maybe just even one thing. So what do you feel like OmniForce is going to excel at? The few things that are going to make this project great?
That's a great question. I think, first of all, we have to keep in mind what our vision is. And that's something that we haven't even, at the time of this recording, haven't fully communicated. But I'll say it here that, our vision is to become a AAA, anime themed content or entertainment company, right? All the cool stuff that comes with that, whether it's comic books, whether it's anime, whether it's video games, we want to create like top tier content, whether it's an online experience that's like 10K TF or something like that. We want to really push it to the next level. We could do that because we were already the first anime PFP project, and we were known for bringing like a high quality of art to the PFP game. I think that was like part of our reputation. And so we want to take that to the next level. So we are looking at a lot of ways to get there, but the vision is what I just stated.
A lot of people know me as a fan of NFTs. I'm also a huge fan of hip hop. Specifically, I've always had an appreciation for Soulja Boy. He was the first rapper to have an iPhone. He was the first rapper to do the dances that are on TikTok.
Yeah.
I want you to talk your shit. Okay, there's another one right there. I want you, Star Lordy, to talk your shit. Just like Soulja Boy was the first rapper to do all this, you guys were the first project, first anime project, first, side profile.
Yeah. First whitelist. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, talk about that matters. We talk CryptoPunks, first, Avastars, first big PFP projects, all the, CryptoKitties. Talk about some of the firsts for some of the people who might be watching this who don't know the history of OmniForce. You guys have a lot of firsts.
Thank you for bringing that up, because it did happen early enough where I realized we are now in a wave where there are people who genuinely don't know. So we minted in August 2021. We're right after Bored Apes, pretty much. Definitely the first anime PFP project. We brought the anime meta into the space. First sideways PFP. Created the what's now known as the allow list, which is like the most widely used like mechanic, which came from trying to help people avoid gas wars, and so there's that. We also, which is really not talked about much, is we are the first project to create a second collection, which is tied to the first without staking, and is actually a security benefit with our frames collection, because what that means is you could actually put your Genesis NFT into cold storage and keep your frames PFP in a hot wallet and still participate in all the utility and stuff like that. So I think that's actually an innovation that we haven't even started really marketing, that I think once people realize that, they're going to start wondering why other projects aren't doing it. Because like the way I look at it is like, would you want your house key to be worth $100,000? Like, probably not, because if you lose your house key at a bar or something, you're gonna like cry, and that's kind of what we're doing, is we're cruising around the internet with, like super expensive house keys, and then you have a bunch of scammers and people trying to drain it from you, and so, it's heartbreaking. We've all seen that from even some of the biggest names had been scammed, and so when people realize like that, even during the bear market, we're innovating, that we're still doing things that we call the first. I think they're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised.
Yo, Azuki, I'm gonna let y'all finish, but OmniForce had the best anime side profile PFP. I probably shouldn't
I'm
be.
not gonna argue with that.
Yeah, I shouldn't be quoting Kanye West. I'm probably gonna get canceled for this, but whatever. We'll litigate that another time. Okay, last question. You talk about focusing on comics, maybe manga, things of that nature. What are some immediate things OmniForce holders or prospective holders can be looking forward to in 2023?
Hey, that's a great question. Right now, we're focused on what I call the road to Comic-Con. Oh, that was another first. We were literally the first Web3 project to be heavily featured at Comic-Con. And so we, shared a stage with a bunch of prominent creators and had a giant booth, and we were the first there. And so I think we're going to return there this year in July, and that's going to be kind of a full circle moment for us, because when we were first there, we were just still riding high. It was still the good old days before when it was all just still kind of speculation, and now we're finally going to get to see it pay off and actually turn into something real. So we'll be launching our comic books there. We'll be making all sorts of announcements. We'll be dropping stuff, and I think it's going to be a really great moment for the community to kind of see actual progress. And then from there, for the rest of the year, we have more things planned. But so even before Comic-Con, we're going to have a online storytelling experience, which is going to be a chance for holders to participate in the universe, so to speak, and have a lot of fun, because I think fun is a utility. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going for this year. I mean, there's a lot of other things peppered in there. NFT LA is coming up. We'll be at that, hosting a really private event for holders only or invite only. But there will be some cool stuff happening.
Thanks again, man.
Yeah, thank you. You're the best.